I didn't think it could get any worse than after Grimsby, but it did get worse. It got to a stage where I personally felt that there wasn't going to be a Notts County.
It was a horrible time for everybody involved, I think. From a media perspective, it was very tough because nobody really wanted to answer any questions. And obviously it was tough for all the staff, the players and the supporters, because at that point nobody really knew what was going to happen. It was very tough, people weren't being paid.
Do you feel like it's too little too late now?
Yeah, I thought we were down a few weeks ago, but...
We've been given a chance to stay up and we've not taken it on so many occasions.
This week.
It's not looking good for us, is it?
No.
But yet again, I think the frailties of the season came to the fore. Defensively, poor use of dead ball situations, and the players tried, but ultimately, as they have been all season, they're just not good enough. And I think we've flirted with it for too long. It's caught us up eventually. So,
as I said when we played at home last weekend, we've had so many chances through the season to pick up points. You look at discussing it on the way up here, what games we've dropped points in: Cambridge, Macclesfield, Exeter when they had 10 men. There's so many games where a point would have been massive.
Anything?
I'm just sick and tired of it's just season. I think, as far as I can think back, I've probably known about 3, maybe 4 at a push positive seasons as a Notts fan, and this season has just been an absolute joke. I mean, everyone knows what's happened on Twitter with you know who, so I'm not going to go into that. It's just been an absolute embarrassment. Sean Derry was on about it the other day. It's embarrassed our club, it's embarrassed us as fans, and it's an absolute joke.
Notts County Talk here. I'm extremely happy to be making this video. The takeover has finally happened. Someone has finally come in and done what we kind of thought was never going to happen.
We're coming off the back of a 2-1 loss to Barnet at home.
BT Sport.
Yeah, it's the curse of the TV, isn't it? Again. It's finished Notts County 1, Wrexham 1. That was a great performance, wasn't it, Jordan?
I loved it. I mean, we haven't seen Notts play that exciting for a while, so it was good to go to a game and have that many chances.
And with Neil, we've won 5-1 against Chorley. Neil, when's the last time you saw a home performance like that?
my memory isn't that good, to be honest. Yeah, we're going to have many nights like that, I feel. Yeah, I think we struggle with the physicality. They're a big physical side.
Yeah, we'll go centre mid. We'll get this one out of the week. It's obviously going to be negative. Doyle. I'm going to go straight in and say 2.
I'm going to go 0.
I mean, I don't want to just stand here and lambaste him, but the man's becoming a liability.
Okay, sometimes it didn't come off, but overall it's 2-0. When we haven't played brilliantly well, we haven't played fast-flowing, passing football, but yeah, it's 2-0, so I'm happy. Ugly win. I'm happy.
You know, everyone's got on board with, you know, whatever went off in the summer. We all know about that. We don't need to go back and talk about that, but it just seems like everyone's on the same wavelength. They all seem like a group that's together, and you know, long may it continue. I think I've looked at results now, and I think we're into the playoffs. So I think, you know, it's looking good for us. So.
Absolutely, yeah.
Attitude, and I think that, well, there's obviously something right with the attitude now, isn't there? Yeah. Everybody's pulling, not just the playing staff, but you can feel it. Everybody's happy.
Yeah.
At least we've got a football club, haven't we?
Absolutely.
4 or 5 weeks ago, a lot of fans were calling for Ardley to be gone. Now look.
How silly do they look now, eh? I was never a massive pro Ardley. I was never massive against Ardley, but yeah, give him his credit. He's really turned it round.
Notts County Talk, back with another match preview. It's a much needed rest in the league, I think, in the FA Cup 4th round qualifier. It's at home to Belper Town. It's a 3 PM kickoff.
I think it's going to be a massive turnout.
The goals were all right, nothing special. But yeah, no, it's good performance overall. Not brilliant, but a win's a win.
Yeah.
The League 1 and League 2 teams come into it now, so who would you like?
Mansfield.
Yeah, Mansfield or Lincoln.
Home or away?
I'd want to say Mansfield at home.
Yeah, Mansfield at home.
Yeah.
Not one of the big ones like Sunderland.
I mean, I don't really want to go to Mansfield, so.
Fans have got to understand that teams are not going to come here and allow us to play the way we want to play. We're going to have to be patient, and we're not going to win every bloody game.
Yeah.
Which is what I think some of them seem to think. We're just going to steamroll the teams every week. We're not.
It's interesting. It took us by surprise today. It's Alex Lacey, 26-year-old centre-back, obviously brought in as a replacement for Sam Graham. So this could be us Northampton away. Yes, Northampton away.
That's a decent fixture, to be fair.
It isn't a bad one, is it?
It's a disappointing result, that is, isn't it, Dan?
Absolutely terrible. That's our worst performance of the season. But also the best team we've come against. So yeah, their early pressing obviously made us concede 2 goals early, and that was it really.
Hey, what do you want to say about
that? I mean, Barrow came today and they played very good football. One of the best sides we've played this season, without a doubt for me. We've just not stood up to that challenge though of teams coming and throwing everything at us.
The style of the losses, they've been very poor performances. Obviously, we always say it's the worst we've seen, but it is some of the worst football I've seen us ever play, and this is including the diabolical last season.
Luke?
Yeah, it was awful tonight. It was so boring. I mean, first 25 minutes, we didn't do anything at all. We made them look like Barcelona would or whatever.
Notts County Talk, back with another match preview, but it's a bit of a difference today. It's an FA Cup tie to Northampton.
Yep. I don't know, we just looked a bag of nerves at the back to begin with.
It's been like that for a few games now that we've come out very nervously, and I don't know why there's a lack of confidence, or I don't know why that they seem to have lost a little bit of belief at the start of a game.
Give them a chance. And fringe players, just give them a chance, keep them match fit so we can use them better. Don't stick with the same team for the FA Cup matches. So look where it's got us nowhere.
Those who say it's doom and gloom, Merchant, because it's not, it's reality. And if you want to pretend that today was good enough, it isn't. You're playing a team who's, for large parts of that game, was in the relegation zone in non-league football, a league with teams that aren't even professional, some of them. And people are trying to justify it. It's acceptable. It's not.
Yeah, we need a bit more of a complexity about the team, I think.
Yeah, you'd say that, because it's so easy to play against us now. Everyone knows what to expect. You can train all week knowing that that's what we're going to do at the weekend. There doesn't need to be any contingency plans. You can pretty solidly say that's Notts County next week.
Outside Solihull Moors, Notts have won 1-0. I've got Matt, Callum and Ryan with me. Boys, what a win.
Well, what can I say? All down to Slocum at the end there. Super save, hand down. Wotton and Rose, dedication on the line, putting the bodies on the line.
Lacey's been class as well.
Yeah. Lacey, well, all I can say. Dedication right there, he's been absolutely class. You can see why he was with Bury to start with. He's head and shoulders above this division, and I've got to say we are so lucky to have him.
Yeah.
And who else other than Rawlinson? Because I think today especially he's played incredibly well. He sustained a few head injuries in a few games leading up to this one, and he's just carried on ploughing through. He's a warrior, isn't he?
I love watching Rawlinson play. Like, as a centre back, like, he just does everything that I'd love to do. Like, he clears it, he gets his body behind the ball, and for him to get that goal, it's just it was class. And you could see that all the lads love that he scored as well, because the celebrations around him as well. So.
I mean, it's easy for me to say, but he'd be daft not to.
Yeah, Carl, you'd be daft not to.
We're going to do a reaction to the big news, probably some of the best news all season, best news in years for me. Kyle Wotton signed permanently, hasn't he?
Huge statement from the end, isn't it? Huge.
But Doyle's had to be that little bit better,
pick up for it.
and that's why I'm giving Doyle a 10, obviously for his goal.
Yeah, no, I'd give Doyle a 10 as well. I mean, what a goal.
I know.
We said it at the start, but what a goal. I didn't even think he'd go for it. Notts County Talk, it's finished. Notts County 0, Dover Athletic 0. I'm not going to keep you long, Luke, because there's not really too much to talk about. Look, back with another match preview. I'm excited for this one. It's our closest rivalry in the league, isn't it? It's Chesterfield
I think he's great on his left foot. I think his left foot looks incredible, and it's quite strange to say we've got our left winger plays on his right and our right winger plays on his left. It feels like some sort of like, I'm not even joking, I was thinking watching the game thinking like Real Madrid vibes. I know it sounds stupid, yeah? I know it sounds stupid, but you see Bale, yeah, cuts on his left foot from the right. You see Roberts, cuts on his left. It's incredible.
Try it, wasn't it?
Ndu's goal was an absolute screamer.
I think we were off our game today. Just a lot of injuries at the minute. You know, big chance though to get points today. Other games have been postponed. We've got a chance to get points and put the pressure back on them, and just feel deflated. The whole ground today just seemed deflated. We need to be pushing for that promotion. We've got to get back where we belong.
I've spoke about it with Matt. I don't want to keep going on about referees. Where they plucked him from? We've lost 2-0 to Hartlepool. Worst I've seen this season. I mean, I haven't been to every game, but for me, definitely the worst I've seen.
Yeah, it was awful, wasn't it? Not 1 second of that game did we look like we'd even got out of gear at all. It was awful. Worst performance of the season for me.
It's a bit of a difference this one because it's in the FA Trophy. It's against Aveley, so they're looking to bring in a lot of fans.
Neil, we're 2 games away from Wembley.
Yeah, brilliant, isn't it?
Great performance and win.
Yeah, you can't really say much else better than that, can you? It was good finishing. We took our chances when we could, and we didn't concede.
Notts County Talk here, back with another match preview. It's the 3rd time we've done the Fylde preview. We're going to keep this one short because I feel like we're probably going to have to do another one.
Anyway, but it's tactically perfect.
Yeah, it was. It generally was exactly what you should have done tactically.
4-hour journey up here, 22 miles in the wrong direction for part of it. Yeah. So worth it.
I just don't know what to say. Speechless. You're sort of coming here thinking, well, it'd be good if we look for a draw today, or we hold out at 0-0, maybe even get a scrappy 1-1. Literally, that first half was a masterclass of how to defend.
Yeah, Roberts is just one of those players, man. He's just so. You give him the ball, he just drops his shoulder. You just feel like he's going to do something every time.
Yeah.
If it is the last time for a few weeks, what a performance to go out on.
Yeah, very professional. Everybody played very, very well.
I'll start on a little bit of a tangent though. It was a bit of a weird one coming into the game today, wasn't it? A bit controversial that it's still on, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was weird. Every other game seems to have been called off, obviously in the Football League. We thought this one was going to get called off yesterday. I think you have to give credit to the players as well, because surely they were thinking, what we're going to do with our weekend.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think they'd have expected to have played.
I was about to say back with another match preview there, but we're not, unfortunately, because the league has been suspended until the 3rd of April at least. Personally, I think it's probably going to be longer. It's all a bit up in the air really, because we don't know what's going to happen in terms of rearranging fixtures. So
I think they should definitely have said for the foreseeable future.